Hey, it's your least favorite local realtor, Eren Millam. I tell you the truth, not what you want to hear, but I give you the information you need to make the most informed decision for you. So with that being said, today's video, we are going to go over the Lewis County market data from September to give you an update on the market. So the first chart we're going to take a look at here is the average sales price, and you can see it seems to have returned back to pre-2020 numbers in that each month is going really far up and really far down. When the market was shifting and everyone thought it was about to drop, you can see that around 2023 there was very small increments but still trending upward. And you can see now the market is still trending upward even from then, as everyone thought the market prices were going to come crashing down. Alas, they did not, and we'll talk about why that is a little bit later. So the next chart I'm looking at here is the average percent of the last original price. So what this means is, let's say you list a house for $200,000. How much does it actually sell for? So you can see it dipped to about 93%. So on a $200,000 home, that means it would sell for about $186. Next chart I'm looking at here is the average percent of last original price. And this is comparing the average stats to my stats as a realtor. Now you can see the average for the county has never really been over 97%, and that was back in January of 23. You can see during that entire time, I've only dipped below 97% one time. And that goes to negotiation. Like I said in a previous video, a lot of the top agents have much lower than the average. And so I love negotiating with those agents because I can get my clients really great deals. Here's the next chart. A lot of people say, oh, well, your numbers are so much higher than the average because you price your homes less than the market average. So take a look at this next chart, median price per square foot. And you can see I'm either right in line with the market or I'm above the market. Now, sometimes I'll dip a little bit below, but I quickly return back in line or above the market. Now, not always, but a lot of times I meet with a seller who they want to list really high against my advice, and we end up taking a market price offer that I suggested. So that's part of the skewing of these lower stats here. Next graph we're taking a look at is the average days on market. So you can see 2021 it was about 40 days, and now where we sit at is about 65 days. So this is for the average listing. That means there are some homes, depending on the buyer clientele that are out there, that are going to move faster, and there's also a lot of homes that are sitting much longer. A lot of homes are also expiring off the market, and so their days on market are not being recorded. But in general, you can expect to be on the market at least 2 months before accepting an offer. Now this next graph is homes for sale, and you can see from 2023 to now it has nearly doubled the amount of homes for sale. And so you would think, wow, that's a lot of inventory, that should keep prices down, right? But when we take a look at the next graph, you will see we're still very low in terms of overall inventory. About a little bit less than half, or a little more than half, of what is the standard market in this area. So that is the reason why prices are still high and not going down. And that is the reason why I've been saying we're not going to have a crash in the real estate market in Lewis County on prices, is because there's still, the demand is higher than the supply. All right, so this next chart is closed sales. And what this is showing is the amount of buyer activity in the market. So for most of 2023, we were below 100 homes per month, sometimes below 50. The standard that has been since around 2015 has been at least 100. We only eclipsed that one time in 2024. So even though inventory is small, there's not a ton of buyers. The buyers that are out there are going to be well qualified because they're having to pay high interest rates and high prices. So this next chart here is showings per listing, and you can see we are down in the county to about 2.4 showings per listing. This next chart here is showing the amount of showings required for a listing to receive an offer. So you'll note the average listing gets 2.5 showings, and yet it takes a whole bunch more in order to get an offer. That's why it's important to choose an agent who specializes in marketing that actually reaches buyers rather than a set it and forget it approach, especially in this market. So let's take a look at this next chart. It's the showings per listing from 2019 to 2024, and you'll see there was an absolute boom from essentially the start of COVID, and it started dropping midway through 2022, which is when everyone thought prices were coming down. So typically we had 5 showings per listing. During this time, normal is about 2.5, and that's where we're at now. So essentially the market is normalizing. That's what this is saying. And finally, this last graph is showing the showings per listing, the average for the county versus the showings per listing, the average for what I do. In 22, when everyone else was averaging 5 showings per listing, my listings were averaging between 7 and 9 showings. So that's almost 100% more buyers. And that's, again, to show you the marketing. And you can see prior to 2020 and after 2023, my amount of showings per listing are still incredibly high. In fact, on one listing, I'm not proud of this part, it was on the market about a year, but we did have, I believe it was 8 or 9 offers. Each one could not work. But we had nearly 60 showings over that time. Now, typically, if your home is on the market that long, you're not getting showings, you're not getting offers, and you want to ask how many times we reduced the price? Well, we ended up getting an offer over asking price. So that is the power of marketing, and that is the power of negotiation. So there is your market update for Lewis County, Washington for September of 2024. Like and subscribe if this video was helpful to you. And as always, follow this channel for more Lewis County and national market updates.